Let me ask you a quick question. What is one thing every one of us has in common? And not just, well, we're on benzos, right? Think about it. One thing that unites everybody in the benzo community here talking. That's been my experience anyway. It's not anxiety. It's not mental illness necessarily, because everybody gets put on benzos for different reasons. We're all type A personality. Raise your hand if you're a type A personality, right? And if you don't know what that is, it's a personality that is a little bit craving of control. You know, it's a personality that says, if it's going to get done, damn it, I need to do it. I've got to do it. I've got to get it done. And look, type A personality, a lot of these personalities, they're very intelligent, very driven, very goal-oriented, And like I said, they believe if it's going to get done, they've got to do it. I've heard that many, many times. And of course, while that works for building a business and helping you in a lot of other ways, it's simply not a tool that's going to fix this problem. In fact, that type A personality will work against you. So you have type A, just like all the characteristics I just shared, driven, controlling. If it's going to get done, I got to do it. That's that mentality. Then you have type B personality. Almost think of these guys as kind of like a hippie. They're mellow, they're cool, they're chill. They move at their own little pace. They're not really too concerned in getting it done. They kind of believe in the flow and allowing things to happen. They're kind of that personality. And let me tell you, type A personality, terrible sleepers. Type B personality, great sleepers. Why? Because sleep is not something you do. Type A says, okay, I've got to go to bed. And if I'm going to go to bed, I've got to get these things done in the right way to make sleep possible. Right? It's everything's got to be a formula for us. If I do this, and then this, and 1 + 2 = 3 equals sleep. And type B, they're great sleepers. You know why? Because if you ask a type B personality, what do you do to sleep? They'll say, what? I don't do anything. I just sleep. And you're like, as a type A personality, you're thinking, what the hell? I've got to take the tea, and I've got to make sure that I'm, decompressing at a certain level, and I maybe cut off the caffeine, and I've got, everything's, it's like a formula. And here are these people, they do nothing, and they sleep great. Well, type A personality, I've heard it explained like in the West, especially this is going back some time, in the West here, in the Western world, we're very type A in general. As a culture, as a collectivist culture, or not collectivist, a collective culture, we're very type A. We're great at doing, at making it happen. We're terrible at allowing, or as I often say, we're great at pushing. We can exercise. I talk about lulling and pushing in my program. We're great at pushing exercises. We'll get out there. We'll do exposures. We'll do, we'll do exercise. We'll do anything we got to get to work on. But when it comes to lulling, and lulling is sort of the antithesis to this, which is like things like deep breathing, yoga, mindfulness, relaxation, slowing down, allowing, forgiveness, acceptance, all of these other things that are very, it's yin and yang, the yang to the yin. These people are the type A's. They're not good at that. They're great at pushing, terrible at lulling. And then I have my kind of type B personalities. By the way, these people usually have an easier time in their taper for not always, because sometimes their personality works against them as well. Well, quite often it does. But sometimes I find a type B personality seems to do a little bit better in their taper just because they're a little bit less hyper-fixed on rumination. And they can lull their limbic systems a little bit better. But that type B personality, they're great at lulling. Oh, God, they can do the hot bath and the deep breathing, and they can do all of that wonderful stuff all day. Trying to get them out of their house to do anything tough, whether it's exercise, going for walks, doing exposure therapy to work on their agoraphobia, not happening. Hard. So what's the best type of personality in this situation? Type A will get to work, strong work ethic, They're going to do, don't know how to allow. Seeking control, don't know how to flow. Type B, not so much, stuck on control. Overly allow, right? So you have two different things here. And as I was saying, the Western culture, very type A driven. And the old culture, in other words, changing a lot drastically year by year here. But let's take like India. For a long time, India could be looked at as a very type B personality, collectively speaking. They were great sleepers. People in India were great sleepers. They're great meditators. They're great at relaxing. In fact, they have this deep faith that if anything is to get done, God will do it. It's all in God's hands. It's all faith. If God wants it to happen, God will make it happen, right? And they have this kind of ease to them, this comfort, this smile on their face, like they know something. But the problem is they sit around waiting for God to feed the poor and to make these changes, and it doesn't happen, right? Because God works through us. If there is a God, depending on your beliefs, that God would work through us, right? So God would say, you feed the people, you fix the economy, or you do things that are going to be helpful to your culture. And so you have these two things. It's not to say one culture is better than the other or one personality is better than the other. Not at all. I'm saying both have massive deficits and massive strengths. By the way, these examples are a little bit dated. I know India is a much more different country now, and but you get my drift. But speaking back on personality, type A and type B, the best is to find a middle ground. If you're good at the type A stuff, if you're more gravitated toward getting things done, then you need to learn to allow. You need to learn that you cannot control everything. You need to learn to be the passenger in the car and not, grip the door handle and, keep mashing the brake pedal with your foot from the passenger seat. Like you got to learn to round those hard edges. And if you are a type B personality, then you've got to learn how to get to work a little more. You might need to learn how to beef up your work ethic, to make real changes. So here you are again, type A. Oh, they're great. They're great at diet. They're great at exercise. They're great at micromanaging. They're control freaks. And again, everything that, what was very, helpful for them, a hell of a lot of those tools are working against them now. They need to learn how to lull, rest, allow, forgive, accept, all of these things. And it's foreign to them, Same with type B. So anyway, without risk it, being repetitive here or redundant, just some things to think about. What type of personality are you? I'm willing to bet 99% of you are probably type A, while you're type A in denial. And yeah, I just want you to think about that. How is your personality helping you? How is it maybe hindering you there? All right. One day I'm going to start a type A, personality type A, anonymous support group. All right, guys. Till next time. This has been a TED Talk by Coach Powers. TED Rambling, and I will see you next time. Hey everyone, I'm Coach Powers, and I'm excited to announce the launch of my new online Benzo Recovery School. The school launched with Module 1, and will have a total of 4 modules, each module with a dozen or more video lessons. Here are some contents in Module 1. This creates the basis for my recovery program. If you know anything about my approach to benzo recovery, you know I'm a bit different than other benzo coaches in that I do not subscribe to the lay and pray model of recovery. Instead, I believe benzo injury is a kind of neurological injury that requires neurological rehabilitation. This neurological rehabilitation encompasses learning how to access our good chemistry while also reducing the so-called bad chemistry, cortisol and adrenaline, and also learning how to lull down our hypervigilant limbic system. This includes learning techniques in CBT, DBT, mindfulness therapy, and neuroplasticity building. Now, I've studied clinical psychology for the last 15 years of my life, and my benzo recovery program encompasses the same things that I use to make my own recovery after a 10-year, 40 milligram Valium dependence. My recovery program observes 4 stages of recovery with 3 tiers of development. In fact, my stages are all focused on development. This makes them different than the 3 obvious stages of recovery, which include the pre-taper, the taper, and post-taper. Instead, my stages serve as a kind of developmental roadmap, with each stage serving as a bridge to the following stage. These 4 stages include Stage 1, restoring hope, Stage 2, the new beginning, Stage 3, the montage, and Stage 4, coming home. Perhaps most importantly, each stage has 3 key learning goals and also 3 key roadblocks. These stages revealed themselves to me after years of working with literally thousands of people from all around the world. After enough experience, you begin to see patterns and trends, and you see where people triumph and what roadblocks can prevent them from moving forward. Now remember, just because you may have come off your benzo doesn't mean you automatically reach stage 4, the final stage. Again, these are developmental stages, which is why someone can come off of their benzo and still be stuck in their recovery. In fact, it's entirely possible to come off of your benzo and be stuck in stage 1. Here are some other features the online Benzo Recovery School offers. Aside from being a school, it's also a positive focused support group. And believe me when I tell you, my students are a different breed of benzo warriors. They are wise, they are driven, and they understand the mission. I, Coach Powers, will also be doing live video Q&A weekly in the community, talking, teaching, and answering questions from all of you. There will be downloadable resources such as a rumination and exposure therapy log, templates for checklists, and much more. Additionally, there will be new benzo sleep affirmation videos exclusive for the school, as well as new and early original content. There will be a regular benzo blog, benzo-related news, and even a private early screening for my benzo recovery feature film, Lake of Fire. All of this and only for a special introductory rate of $30 monthly while time lasts. So come join the positive community and let's work together on facilitating our recovery. See you there.